Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Hello there. Where am I? Where is the, Hello? Oh, I had the viewer turned off. Hi there! What's crack-a-lackin', buddies? Jasper Draws here for the live stream. Well, we, took like a minute to get everything set up. Not very good about having everything set up and ready to go for the live stream ahead of time, but that's alright. We're here for another stream. I hope you guys enjoy. Tonight, we're going to be doing some drawing, and we're going to be watching a few tutorials to go along with it, because as much as I want to say that I'm great at drawing, I could always use some room to improve. So, we're probably going to look up a few different art tutorials as we go, and we're not going to do anything too complex, mostly do a lot of figure drawing, probably, maybe a few rough sketches and stuff like that. I want to do a few concept drawings, that I want to work on either throughout the week or on the next drawing stream, so we'll be basically setting up the groundwork for future stuff to go along. I just also want to mention that it's been a little bit over a week now since we've started doing regular streaming, and I'm thankful for the support you guys have shown me so far. That said, right now, if you want to support streams, if you want to see it grow, we want to get some more nut buddies here. I would definitely appreciate if you share the stream with your friends and stuff like that. I just want to put that out there because I want to entertain more than just a few handfuls of people at a time. Not that I don't love you guys. It's just, you know, I would like to have more people. It's not you, it's me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, open up Adobe Fresco, and we're going to head over to the internet to find some tutorials. I'm going to turn the volume down on the music. Switch over to game view. Here we go. Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and consult our good buddy the internet for some drawing tutorials. If you guys have any requests for things that you want to learn how to do, let me know in chat. I will be happy to bring them up. But I'm gonna focus on posing for now. Art poses to one place that I like to go for like some easy inspiration is Pinterest. It's a pretty easy place to like find a lot of different images and stuff like that, so you can, and there's a lot of like good reference material here that you can use. There's also a lot of not great stuff, but usually the good outweighs the bad, in my opinion anyway. If you're just looking for good posing or like good references, you could do a lot worse than just scrolling through Pinterest and finding some stuff there. Alright. Oh. But maybe don't do it while while your family's in the room, because there's a lot of, yeah. Let's maybe not do Pinterest today. How about that? Alright, here's a good image. Well, let's just drag this over. Actually, no, let's not do that. I don't think I should be bringing that over on the stream without, like, giving any original credit. I'll just hold it open on my web browser and not show it. And I'll just basically run you through what some of this stuff is showing. Is that fine? I'm not sure how to really handle this. I'm a college professor. I'm not here to teach you anything. Which I guess in some sense, to somebody, that would basically make me the perfect college professor. It's me. I'm that person. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking a basic brush and just destroying this serene white page real quick with a shot of light grayish blue. And we're gonna draw over this part mostly over the blue that we have, like, right here. I'm not looking directly at chat right now, by the way, so if anybody is messaging me, I apologize if I don't get to you immediately. You'll have to bear with me while I do this, because I'm not too focused. I'm very focused on this right now. All right. So when it comes to, you know, posing, knowing like basic skeletal structure is a good way to look at it. You don't need to know like all the bones and where everything goes specifically, but what you ought to know is like basic proportions stuff. The way that I was taught it is that your body is about, I want to say, was it 5.5 or 6.5 heads tall? And most people's arms go down to about down to their bums, and then their legs are about as long as their torsos, and their arms fully stretched out. Or, yeah, about that big. Maybe not as much. I'll go through it as I'm sketching. We're gonna grab our pencil tool, grab a darker blue for sketching purposes, and we're gonna get started. So, I usually just start with the head. After failing to draw a circle a few times. Remember, Control Z is your friend here. Alright. After you have like a good enough circle, the way that I do it is you draw your center line at some point on the circle, and you have another line a little bit below it for the chin. The circle's for like the top half of your skull, and then you'll need a little bit more than that because your face is naturally more long than it is round. Now, it depends on your style, obviously. If you're doing a more chibi style, maybe just stick to keeping it all in the circle, and maybe only bring the chin out a little bit. But if you're focused on trying to replicate more like regular anime proportions, then you'll want to do something along these lines. After that, you'll want to go through and just bring the chin down, and now anyone who knows anything about art can tell you this is pretty basic stuff. You just want to have these guidelines here so that you can easily proportion everything out and make it look decently competent. And now moving on from that. The way that I position this head the neck would most likely be going down this way. And then I feel like the spine will get down this way. So a great way to make sure that you can pose fine is to make your line of action follow the spine of the drawing for the most part. Because a lot of the motion for posing is in the back. So this character, they're looking pretty downcast. Their spine is a bit hunched over, so that can convey a lot. So if we wanted to add some arms to this, we could convey maybe a bit of a shy or meek type of character. Like pressing their fingers together, doing that thing with they make a tiny tent with their index fingers. You know the one I'm talking about? And maybe their legs are kind of folded in a little bit. So the line of action would fall down right here, basically. So it would be which I guess, it's not the smoothest, but I'm just kind of I'm just not good at it. That's the basic way to put it. So how's everybody's day been so far? I woke up at 6 a.m. today, and I was helping out doing circus work for 8 hours past that. So I worked from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. today at the circus, and then immediately after I was done, I went to my bed and crashed there for about 3 hours because I'm not a morning person at all. Which is the reason why tonight's stream was delayed, because I did not want to come to the drawing tablet totally dead and half asleep and just have no energy for this. I did not want a waffle face on the keyboard either. But I'm alright now. I had some rest. A new doodle poggers. Yeah! Yeah, I'm doing alright now, though. I had a nap, and I had a Red Bull, and I gotta say, I'm a little bit concerned because up until now, I've rarely ever had energy drinks, because I always figured if I drank an energy drink, it would make my heart explode. And the reason I felt like that was because, my heart it beats way faster whenever I had a Monster or something like that. When I was going through the school and stuff like that. On the rare occasions that I had a Monster energy drink, I would make my heart beat out of my chest, and it left me with some migraines after that. I don't know if Red Bull is just less potent than Monster or something like that, but I don't have the same issue exactly with that. Although, one thing I will say for sure is that, to my horror, Red Bull actually tastes kind of good. And that scares me because if it tastes good, I will drink it, regardless of how bad it is for my health. So, I may have found something else to, destroy my body with. But, It's fine. We're all slowly destroying our bodies anyway. Alright, so I made this skeletal structure for this character. I don't exactly know what character it would be. Some sort of shy, meek type of character. I'm trying to think of the shyest character that I can imagine off the top of my head from something somewhere. I have not watched a lot of stuff or had enough stuff with shy characters recently. Not, at least not to the point where they'd be slouched over like this. So we'll move on from this for now, and we'll come back to it maybe later. Oh, I made this bigger than I thought. All right, we're gonna shrink this down real quick. Where's the selection tool? And on a new layer, we're going to start another doodle real quick. And we're going to zoom in a bit closer this time as to not completely take up the whole page. I made the last background a dark blue. This time I'm gonna make it like a brighter yellow, because sometimes like when I'm like drawing and I want to use like colors in the background, or like whatever colors I'm using for the drawing will affect how I feel about it. So like when I used the blue, I felt more like, you know, doing like a shy or meek, timid character. Hello? Oh, it turned to white for some reason. So I'm gonna go with a pale yellow. And then we're gonna use a darker yellow, maybe even an orange, to draw out this next one. Yeah, that's good. So I'm feeling for this one we do like a Genki girl or something like that. You know the type, like the ones that are super loud, obnoxious, and in your face, and always like, I'm so happy all the time. But they're so happy and dumb that you can't be completely annoyed with them. Yeah, those girls are always nice. What's your favorite anime trope, chat? What's your favorite anime trope, nut buddies? Let me know. Now, I'm gonna be honest, doing an upward position like this, it's a bit difficult for me. The perspective always feels just a little bit off whenever I'm trying to like make the character look down. Also, when they look like this, my brain, my bottom left brain immediately thinks of ara type characters and stuff like that. You know, looking down on you with their like sneers. Okawai koto. That type. But we're not doing that here. gonna portion out where the legs and shoulders go. Now this is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure most artists would not recommend this, but I like figuring out where I want the hands to be whenever I'm doing like a dynamic pose first, because like, if I know where the hands are going to be, I can kind of figure out how the arms should look to get their hands in that position. It's a little bit backwards, I think some people would say. That arm should probably come up a little bit more. Oh, excuse me, that Red Bull from earlier, it's catching up to me. Yeah. Bring that over. And you see we're kind of going for, like, you know, your typical, like, cheerleader-esque, like, pose or something like that. Or, like, you know, typical Genki girl type of pose. And I didn't leave nearly enough space with this bright orange right here for it. So let's not really worry about the legs right now, and let's fill this out a little bit more. This arm's going to be a bit thicker because it's going to be more up front. Kind of almost looks like a magical girl holding her hand up for her transformation. Moon Prism Power! You know, the type. Maybe I'll change it to that. For now, I'll leave it as is. Now, chat. Viewers at home, nut buddies, I gotta ask. How boing boing do you want this nondescript character to be? Come on. Fess up. There are no wrong answers. Do you want them big old badonkers? Or do you believe flat is justice? Make your case now. Make your case now, chat. Make your case right now. And for you, those of you watching after the stream is over, post your comment right now. This video will not progress until you've made your statement. You have to make this choice in your life. It's a very important thing. This is vital information. Flat justice? Alright. You kind of phrased that as a question, but we'll go with flat for now. There's no disappointment here, Cartato. There's no disappointing yourself here. We live without... You willingly signed up to be part of a group named the Nut Buddies. Alright, pal. Shame is not your shame should not be your primary concern at this point. Gonna thin that out a little bit. One downside to doing this on the same layer like an idiot is that you have to actually use the same color to erase. So don't do that. Don't be stupid. Do these things on separate layers. I'm just doing it all on the same layer because I want this to go a little bit faster. I'm not trying to make anything perfect here. Always make sure when you're drawing the eyes that their width apart is about as big as one eye that you draw. I've heard about people who draw using only one layer. Powerful. It is... I mean, when you boil it down, that's just hand drawing. Think about it. Your grandpa didn't have all these layers to play with. He had one canvas, and that was it. If he made a mistake, there's no Control Z to help him out. I don't know why I'm bothering giving this, like, rough doodle some hair. But since we already filled it out a little bit, I figure I might as well make it look like something. Besides just a naked model. And because this is a Genki girl, she's got to have a bow. Okay. I think what we'll do as a general theme is we'll go through like different poses and styles and we'll make a more developed drawing each time. It's not the most consistent thing in the world, but it makes for a more interesting stream, I think. Okay. Alright, so for this one, we're gonna use, we're gonna use my favorite color, pink, for the background on this one. And we'll use a dark red for the outline. And what I'm feeling for this one, with this color, I'm feeling the Onesan vibes, you know. You know, the ara ara, that type character for that. The super seductive type. And I'm just now realizing, with the 3 sketches that I've done so far, I've just made the quintessential quintuplets. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that? Read the manga or seen the anime? It's airing right now. It's on Crunchyroll. You could watch it. It's in its 2nd season right now. It's a really great show. Absolutely wholesome harem. Love all the characters. Let me know if you watch the show, let me know which one of the girls is best girl and why is it. What's the answer that I could give that will piss those people off? I mean, all of them I think are best girl. Except Ichika. She's not that great. She's friend material, basically. I don't usually like doing poses for characters lying down or like not standing. Oddly, I find standing poses easier than, you know, poses where they're, because like the thing is like their bodies are folded in such ways that it's more difficult to really figure out proportioning. We're gonna go with something that YouTube probably would be very disappointed with, or very mad at me about. We're gonna go with like the very seductive laying down with the legs crossed type of thing. And, you know, the hand on hip. I hope I don't go to horny jail for this. It's art. It's art, YouTube. Have some appreciation, alright? This is fine art that we're making here. Nothing lewd about it whatsoever. If you think it's lewd, that's your problem. Yeah, that's a bit too bent. We don't want something too sharp for it. We want it more like... Because we want to give, like, the impression that this character isn't trying to, but they know exactly what they're doing. I'll just leave it up to your imagination who you think this character would end up being after we fill out the details. Like, when all is said and done, who would this be? Would it be some VTuber you know? Would it be a character that you really like? Use your imaginations. Should probably make this arm a little bit longer. I'm not using the same... Hang on. Bring that shading down a little bit on that. I'll fix that hand a little bit later. I wonder if this is doing this for anybody watching at home. Is there somebody that has like a specific... Should I say this? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway. Is there anybody that has like a specific fetish for like drawing? Not just like the art itself, but like the act of drawing. That is what does it for you. Is that a thing? I don't think it's a thing. But this is the internet, so it's probably a thing. And I'm very sorry that I even mentioned it in the first place. Except I'm not, because if anybody answers yes, then we have confirmation. And if anybody answers no, then that's one less thing in the world that I need to worry about. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and fill her out. What's your guys' take on designs that people label aggressively horny? I mean, like, let people draw what they draw. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. I don't see any real problem with it, but there are some people that are like, oh, these designs are clearly made with like a specific intent in mind, and I don't like the intent of it. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you like the intent of it or not. They drew it for themselves, or for whatever they were told to draw it for. It's not your place to say whether or not they should or should not be that way. Let people live their lives, no? You'll be a lot more happy for it. Once again, this has been TED Talks with Jasper Fosha. I don't know why they keep bringing me back for these. You people enable me to do this. I hope you realize that. Like, if we ever commit any horny crimes on YouTube streaming platform, half of the blame is your guys' fault. I'm taking you down with me. This stream like veered off into a very specific direction, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. And does this character have long hair or short hair? I'm feeling long. I'm feeling long hair. Long hair that drapes down, like, in their face. Ow. Where's like, oh, jeez. I don't know where I was putting my hand, but suddenly started cramping quite a bit. Ow. Now don't quit on me now, hand. I need you. I need you to finish this stream. And for other stuff later. I mean, what? I gotta finish this drawing, man. I gotta just finish this real quick so that I can move on. Because this, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but it's nothing good. Alright. We're just gonna call this character, Stephanie. And we're gonna forget that she exists. Alright. We're gonna put her in the corner. And just for extra measure, we're just gonna there we go. She's just gonna stay in there for the time being. And we're gonna move on to the next drawing. Excuse me. Yes. Yeah. Put the design in jail. Put it in horny jail where it belongs. Didn't you know Stephanie's a wanted criminal? Crimes against humanity. Very serious allegations. When I think of green as a color for a character, I think I think novice or greenhorn type of adventures, characters with a lot of optimism to them, with specific goals in mind, who will eventually go on to have all their hopes and dreams for the world completely shattered. Yeah, you know, those types of characters. Fun and wholesome. So I guess let's try like a beginning adventure type of character. Very busy a lot lately, so I haven't had a lot of time to draw in my free time. So these drawing streams have been really nice to help me, you know, revitalize my passion for it and stuff like that. It does mean that because I haven't been practicing as much, that my ability to actually do it well does deteriorate significantly. Like, have you guys, like, I don't know how some people, like, draw and then they just never stop being good at it. It amazes me, honestly. Like, have you guys seen Calliope Mori's drawing stream? How she said that she had gone on record saying that she, you know, hasn't had much time to draw before, ever since starting Hololive, but her drawing still looks absolutely amazing. So, I accidentally made like 5 layers. Oops. Hang on, hold that thought. But yeah, I don't know how some people just, you know, get really good and then just stay good and never get worse. It's amazing. I don't know why, but for some reason, sometimes Adobe Fresco just decides it doesn't want to do the functions that I want it to do. I mentioned before, but it's not the best drawing program out there, but it's what I have, so we're gonna have to make use of that. Oh. Yeah, a lot of it really just comes down to practicing and finding time to do it in your, when you can. The problem is, as much as I like drawing, and yeah, the thing is, like, as much as I love drawing, and it's a nice, like, Zen activity that I like doing, I could also, you know, be having fun doing other stuff. Because, like, it's not my job. It's not my specific place of work to be good at CSP. CSP is on sale? Wait, hold on. I need to look into this. Hold up. Stop the prices. Stop the prices. This is important. Excuse me. Spring sale, 50% off. Yo, $25? Are you for real right now? Yo, Cartato, thanks so much for the information. I'm going to purchase that. I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to like make sure that I have it for the next drawing stream. That is crazy. That's a crazy good price. Quickly spread the word. Like, oh my god, it's times like these that I wish I had a bigger viewer base. We need to spread the word, Cartato. Go to Twitter right now. Tell everybody that Clip Studio Paint is $25. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag could be sponsored. Hashtag call me. Hey, I'll pick that up after the drawing stream tonight. I'm going to stick with Fresco Canal because it's where we done all of our work. But next time for sure, Clip Studio Paint. We'll pick that up and have that ready. Yeah, no, I know how good Clip Studio Paint is because I had it on my old MacBook. But I'm on my streaming desktop right now, and it doesn't have that on there. Because the thing is, like, I'm using a Wacom tablet, and it comes with Clip Studio Paint free with it, but you can only redeem it once on one computer. So if you're stupid like me, and you redeem it on the computer that you didn't plan to use for streaming, then that's just it. You can't unredeem it. You know, a lot of people will tell you when you're doing the line of action for a drawing, you usually want to do it in like one, like that, or whatever. I don't see the problem in sketching out the line of action because it's just a basic line that you use to follow for it. It doesn't need to all be like, if you're really good, then whatever, do it that way, I guess. But it's just meant to be a guiding line. Don't be intimidated to, like, you know, be rough with it when you're starting out. I'm not an authority on any of this, but, like, you know, because it's very easy to look at, like, drawing tutorials and think, oh, I have to do it that way. There's no right or wrong way to do art. There just isn't. Now, there's a right way to, if you're trying to do it professionally, then sure, absolutely. There's, like, ways to do it that are it's much easier and better than probably how you're doing it right now. And you should absolutely try to, like, improve to get the most optimal drawing solutions possible. But if you're just doing it for fun, like don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is, like, suboptimal. Because, like, who cares? Unless you're getting, like, paid for it or something. Also, don't be afraid to use cheats. For example, if I were to finish this drawing right here of this character, I would be doing my best to hide the hands for this as much as possible. So I'd be drawing the shield like right about here because we're drawing an adventure type character. And because, like, the handle is for the shield is behind it, it's like, oh, well, now I don't have to draw the hand. Of course, if you want to be able to draw hands better, then avoid doing this so that you can force yourself to draw hands more often and get better at them. But there's no shame in, like, saying, well, I'm not good at doing this, so I'm just not gonna. And the way that I'm like drawing this out doesn't make too much logical sense, because I'm not drawing this out to have like a full body display or anything like that. More so, I'm like trying to draw like well, I'm not sure how to really describe it. I guess like a tunic-ish type of like armor type. Something like what Link wears, but it's different. I guess it'd probably be a little bit more up for that. Kind of looks more like a character that would be riding into battle with that pose. Like the way that they're slouched over. So maybe if like we had like a horse or something. That's a great horse, and I don't want anybody to say otherwise. Wait. Now he's perfect. When I imagine like warrior type characters, personally speaking, I imagine them with like shorter hair. Because like logically speaking, it makes sense. You have shorter hair, you have less to grab onto, less to get in your way. I do like warrior characters with like longer hair too, but like only if they are sensible with it and tie it up properly. Like when at least when they're in battle. Because it just makes sense, you know? At least in my head. Fix the shield up a little bit so it looks better by the angle. Give her some more like definition to the eyes. Personally speaking, I just like drawing female characters more than I like drawing male characters. And I don't really have a problem drawing male characters as much as like some people do. It's just like, I don't know, it's just a preference, you know? Like I can draw a male character if I want, but well, I suppose also, and I don't know how everybody feels about this, but female characters feel a little bit easier for me. This is just a personal thing, but like when I'm drawing like a masculine character, like they feel more rigid, like I need to have like more box design, whereas like if I'm drawing a female character, I can be more like freeform with it, because like with female anatomy, females feel more like curved and rounded because of the way that they're shaped, whereas males feel more jagged and rigid. And it just feels easier for me to do, like, smoother lines for, like, females than it does for rigid lines for males. Also, especially if it's a more muscular male, it's a pain in the butt, because I cannot draw muscles to save my life. Like, that's what I would probably come up with, like, for a muscular arm. So my characters usually turn that's usually just, yeah. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, that's just kind of the reason why all my characters just end up looking feminine, or they just straight up are female. Now that we've done 4 different drawings, four rough sketches, I think we're pretty well warmed up at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and try putting a little bit more effort into this next one. This drawing I think will probably be the last one for tonight, but it'll probably take a while to get through this one. So buckle up, boys and girls. Let's go with we'll do a lavender background for this one. The pro technique is in drawing complicated bodies to make them wear baggy clothes. Absolutely, yes. But then you also have to know how to do clothing folds. So one way or another, you have to know something about, like, about, like, line work. But I will admit that drawing baggy clothes is a lot easier than drawing complicated body forms. It's just in order to make it look good, you really do need to learn those, like, the way to draw proper clothing folds and stuff like that. Alright. Now, on this one, I just imagine, for this type of color right here that we're using, an absolute, like, queen on the throne and everything. So when it comes to, like, characters sitting or something like that, I usually like to have the base for what they're sitting on drawn out first, because that lets me figure out where everything should be a lot easier. Where should their butt be? Where would their hands be? How big does it have to be? And everything like that. It's a lot easier to have, even if it's just like a rough like this. So while we're going on this one, I want to talk a little bit about some future plans, I think. Because we're obviously going to keep doing these drawing streams, but what I think would be fun would be to find some other VTubers who also enjoy drawing and work with them on, like, cooperative drawings or something like that. Like a big collab drawing stream, maybe something like what the Halloween girls did. That would probably be fun. But in order to do that, I need actual VTuber friends. I'm kind of working on that front, though. There are some people. Actually, oh shoot! You know what? Right now, there's a VTuber that I wanted to watch on their debut, but we kind of got a little bit sidetracked on this one because we started the stream late. But that's fine. I'll go back and watch the VOD later if I don't catch it by the time it's over. Now, the problem with trying to draw, like, this type of thing is that you really need to figure out where everything is supposed to go. Like, this is a classic pose, but you need to make sure you understand where everything should be first and foremost. And their legs cross like so. Yeah, that's why it's so important to have like the chair in the background, because this is the leg that's going to be on the bottom. So it needs to meet the chair at the sitting position right here. So, and then the leg on top needs to be able to sit on top of that. And the thing is, like, a nice way to make sure that it's alright, that it looks okay, is to actually just have the bottom leg dig into the top leg a little bit, because your body isn't stiff and rigid, that everything sits on top of each other. It molds and, like, stuff like that. So, like, especially around the legs, because most people's legs are a little bit fatty. They got a lot of meat on them, so they squish around a lot more. So you can easily get away with that. And it actually does make it look more natural if, like, the legs resting on top of the other leg squishes into the one on the bottom. Unless you're drawing a robot girl with middle legs, in which case maybe don't do that. Oh, a robot girl would probably be fun to draw. I actually, in my free time, one of my favorite activities is just to, like, imagine characters with, like, different dynamics and stuff like that. Like, I just invent new OCs in my free time. I don't always draw them out. But, like, I'll think of, like, characters that I think would be cool for, like, the strong type of character, shy, meek type characters and stuff like that. I'll think of all these different character types and just imagine how they would interact with each other. Just because, like, I have fun doing that. And I kind of skipped the step of, like, actually drawing the back in the line of action here. But it's kind of like I already knew what I wanted the pose to look like at the end. So, like, you can work backwards in some situations and, like, stuff like this and get away with it. Because, like, it's like if you already know how it's supposed to look and where things are supposed to go, then you can make the building blocks or, like, lay a foundation for you to lay another foundation on top of that. And she's kind of tilted more to the side than I originally intended, but that's fine. That actually looks pretty good, I think. I'm not the best at drawing, I'm not the best at drawing boings. It's a bit of a shame of mine. But we do our best here. Actually, I think this one's already turned out like to be one of the better ones that we've done for the night. I might actually turn this into something. Let's put a little bit more detail into this face. It's a little bit weird looking in the face area. Doing this all in one layer makes this very difficult to actually make look detailed or good. Nope, nope, bring that over, bring that over. Yeah. I could easily see myself turning this into to some Calliope fan art later in my free time. Might actually just become that. I mean, it wouldn't be the first drawing of her on a throne, let's be real. Although I would need to make the boing boings bit bigger if that is the case, if we do go with that. Somewhere close to that range, I believe. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for our posing. We did 4 poses tonight in about an hour and a half. Yep, only 4. Only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we did. Actually, I put this one in horny jail, even though this one probably is actually twice as horny as this one. But we're still going to leave it in jail because I think it's funny. But I actually really like this one. I think I'm going to work more on this one later. I might, yeah, I probably will work on this one. It probably will just become Calliope fan art. Well, yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. We've gone on for a pretty long time, and there's some other things that I want to get to watching tonight. I've got a lot of media to consume and not a lot of time to consume it. So let's go ahead and save that and get to the wrap-up for tonight. Drawing poses is time consuming. It is, but I really enjoyed this one. Sometimes, like with the Bravely Default stream last week, I struggled to make it to even the hour mark because it felt like everything was going so long and so slow. The game's fun, it's fine. It's just that, you know, there was only so many times I could say, they're doing generic JRPG things before I eventually got boring. But this one, it feels more zen and more relaxed, and like I easily lose myself in drawing a lot easier. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. Go over to the other thing right here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in or for watching the VOD if you're tuning in later. Tomorrow's stream, I believe, is going to be a Minecraft stream. Speaking of creative type stuff, it's a little bit overdone, but I really wanted to go ahead and give it a go because I don't play it too often, but I do enjoy Minecraft and building things. I'm probably going to spend the entire stream just trying to make giant buildings that look nice, and that's about it. Because I don't care about combat or doing any of like the other activities in Minecraft besides building. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in for tonight. I hope you have a nutty rest of your day. Goodbye. Stay safe out there. Bye. Bye. Night. I'm fading. Fading away. Fading into the background. I'm moving farther away. Moving farther away. Bye. Bye. Bah! All right. I don't know what that was. I just wanted to mess around. Later.